Hello everyone, Kavita from Red Door Yoga here. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Ayurvedic view of the universe. So if you haven't heard of Ayurveda, Ayurveda is actually the science that's behind yoga. It's actually the oldest medical system that we have in the world today. Every system of medicine that we have is based upon Ayurveda in some way, shape, or form. Some of them basically take their entire structure from Ayurveda. Some of them focus on a component of Ayurveda. Now, effectively, what I want to talk to you guys about today really are the three doshas that Ayurveda looks at. And that is that according to Ayurveda, the universe is made up of five elements. And those five elements are air, ether is space, fire, water, and earth. And so with this in mind, when we take two elements and we combine them, it forms one of three what are called doshas. So if we put air and ether together, air and space together, we get vata dosha. That's Vata. And if we put water and fire together, we get pitta, Pitta. And if we put earth and water together, we get kapha, which I want you to think about mud. Kapha is Kapha. So the first one, Vata. Vata people tend to behave like wind. They tend to have a very thin build, but they can actually have a larger build as well. But the majority of Vatas tend to go towards a thin build. They tend to behave like wind. They are very active, mobile, people always moving, but they like change. They don't like routine. They get enthusiastic about things. They're very creative people. But while they're very enthusiastic about things, they get easily bored as well. So they tend to drop things and have a bit of issues with completion of things. They are prone, as a result of this, they are prone to what we refer to as a bipolar depression, meaning it has two poles, a high anxiety pole and a depressive pole. And there are particular diseases and whatnot that they are therefore prone towards. Now, pitta, Pitta, that's fire and water. Think about steam. So steam doesn't look like much. It looks very innocuous, and you think you can stick your hand in there, and then you realize it burns worse than fire because there's so much energy, latent energy inside of steam. So pitta people, pitta is my first dosha, pitta people, they may not look like much. They're very averaged out and whatnot, but they have a ton of power behind them. So think about the A-type personality. They are very goal-oriented. They're all about accomplishment and getting things done. And their issue is not necessarily that they suffer from anxiety. That's not their go-to place. Their issue is when they go out of balance, they are prone to impatience, irritability, and anger. And this is an imbalanced state for them. Their nature tends to make them driven, and they tend not to rest enough. So that's one of the issues that they need to face. And their diseases as well are related to their makeup. So blood diseases, heart disease, and that type of thing. The last one is kapha, and that's earth and water. I said to think about mud. Kapha people are the sturdiest build, and their nature is slow and steady wins the race. They don't like change. They like routine. If you're going to change something, they require a lot of notice from you that you're going to change something because they're a big ship. They don't adjust themselves very quickly. They are motivated by relationships. I tend to refer to them as the glue that hold relationships together. They make great spouses. And they're also motivated by comfort. They like being comfortable. They don't like I said, change, etc. Anything that can remove their comforts tend to get at them. They don't tend to suffer a lot of anxiety. They can worry, but they don't have that high anxiety that Vatas will tend towards. They rather tend to suffer from a unipolar depression, meaning they just get depressed. Okay? There's a lot more that I could teach you about these, but I want to keep it short so that these lessons are really accessible to you. It'd be interesting for you to look at yourself and look at others around you and start to see if you can see the doshas at play. What dosha are you? What dosha are they? When you start to understand the doshas, it actually makes it a lot easier for you to relate to another person, especially if they are of a different dosha. It allows you to understand them more. It allows you to understand your needs. It allows you to understand their needs. And it allows you to be better at relationship with that person. Okay? I hope this was helpful, everyone. If you've got questions, put them in the comment section below. If you've got thoughts, if you know what, tell me what dosha you think you are. And I'd love to hear from you. You can join us in the RDY Self Mastery group that is attached to the Red Door Yoga and Nanaimo Facebook page. And you can also join us for our mentorship program. Go to themasterfulpath.com and you can join the waitlist there. We open the doors twice a year. So as soon as the doors open, we'll let you know. And then you can come on in and join us. We'd love to have you. Talk to you soon, everyone. Namaste.